So in this section we will see the probabilistic graphical model, which is also called as PGM. So the lot of common problems in machine learning that involves the classification of isolated data points. But which isolated data points which are independent of each other. So for example, if we are having particular image, so we have to predict whether it contains the cat or dog, or if given image of handwritten character and we have to predict it is 0 or 9. So at such time, these isolated data points which are independent of each other create the problem. So it turns out that a lot of problems do not fit in the such type of framework. Means, for example, we are having particular sentence as I like machine learning, and we are tagging the word as part of speech like noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, and etc. So, as even this is a particular simple example demonstration, but the task cannot be solved by treating each word independently, because learning could be a noun or a verb that depends on that particular context. So this task is important for a lot of more complex tasks on the text, such as translating from one language to another type of language, text to speech, and that. So it is not obvious that how we are going to use the standard classification model to handle such problems. So the powerful framework which can be used to learn the models with dependency is probabilistic graphic models. The framework which is particularly responsible to learn the model's dependency is the probabilistic graphical model, which is called as PGM. So depending on whether the graph is directed or undirected, we can classify the graphical models into two categories: Bayesian networks and Markov networks. So the Bayesian networks. The canonical example of Bayesian network is so-called student network, which looks like this. So we can see in this particular example that there are almost 5 random variables, that is difficulty, intelligence, grade, SAT, and later. So difficulty means it takes the values 0 and 1, 0 for low difficulty and 1 for high difficulty. Then intelligence variable. So intelligence of the student, it takes 0 when not intelligent, it takes 1 for intelligent. Then the variable grade. So what the student gets in the class, like it takes value 1 for good grade, 2 for the average grade, and 3 for the very bad grade. Then comes the fourth variable, that is SAT. SAT is nothing but the particular exam's name. So the student score in the SAT exam, it takes value 0 for the low score and 1 for the high score. And the fifth variable is the later. That is the quality of recommendation later the student gets from the professor after completing the course. So it takes 0 for not good letter and 1 for a good letter. So if we will see the ages in the graph, so we can encode the dependencies, like the grade of the student depends on the difficulty and intelligence of the particular class. Difficulty of that particular class and intelligence of the particular student. The grade in turn determines whether the student gets a good letter or not. Also, the intelligence of the student influences their SAT score in addition to influence the particular grade. So these are the particular ages and dependencies that encodes in the particular graph. So these are called as conditional probability distributions, that is nothing but CPD. The edges in the graph encode the dependencies in the graph, and we have seen these 5 random variables. So CPD is nothing but the conditional probability distribution. So the non-conditional probability distributions is like CPDs for difficulty and intelligence are simple, because these variables do not depend on each other variables. We have seen in the diagram that the difficulty and intelligence are simple because the variables do not depend on any of the other variables. and the table basically encode the probabilities of this variables, taking 0 and 1 as the values. So you have noticed the values in each of the table must sum to 1. That is the condition. So an essential requirement for Bayesian network is that the graph must be the directed acyclic graph. So suppose we are talking about the particular row and the columns, or particular row in the particular diagram. So the every score, every values are given with the particular variable. So the essential requirement is that for Bayesian networks, that the graph must be the directed acyclic graph. Then the Markov networks, that is the undirected graphical models. So here is a simple example of Markov network, that is nodes A, B, C, etc. do not directly correspond to the real world quantities because the edges are not representing any orientation. We don't know how the communication is going on in between the nodes. The edges represent the interaction between the variables, but we don't know how the influence is there. Means A is influencing D or D is influencing B. That we don't know because it is an undirected graphical model. So in these undirected graphical models, actually there are some things that we should understand, like potential function. So the value do not need to sum to 1, that is the table does not define the probability distribution. It only tells us that the configuration with higher values. Means if we can see the values do not need to sum to 1, in spite of that the table tells the configuration with higher values. The resulting tables are factors. Then the next is undirected graphical models, the problem understanding and setting. So we don't have CPDs that gives us the information directly. Means the high SAT score from student would tell he is intelligent, which is shown as follows. Like if the particular student is having the SAT score, then he is intelligent. So there should be the bidirectional arrow. And if he is intelligent, he is getting the good grade. Means the problem of understanding, and after understanding the proper settings should be done into the particular graphical model. That is the problem of understanding and setting. Then the conditional independences. So we can write the conditional independence statement as, if grade is unobserved, then intelligence and difficulty are independent. Means if grade is not properly observed, then intelligence and difficulty are independent of each other. So these statements can capture an independence between the two nodes subject to a condition. They are called as conditional independences. As these statements are capturing the independence between the various nodes, that's why they are called as conditional independences. So the very good example or application is Monty Hall problem, which is generally we have seen on TV, that behind a particular door car is present or not, so that we have to identify. That is the Monty Hall problem. So this Monty Hall, in this particular problem of Monty Hall, which is the very nice application of graphical models. So here the variables used are D, because we can see the doors are there. Then F, that what choice you will tell to the host, because if I am the host, then you are going to tell me which door I should first open. So that is the choice. H is nothing but the door opened by the host, and I is, that is whatever choice you have made, that particular choice is correct or not. That gives us the value. So these are some variables that we are using when the Monty Hall problem is there. So that is the real-time application, we can say. So this is all about the probabilistic graphical models we have seen. From our next section, we will see the machine learning and IoT. So for that, we will first see what is IoT. Thank you.